Hello Capricorn, so I'm taking a look at what is going on for you guys for the week of July the 10th to the 17th. Just to make you all aware as well, to please be on the lookout for these crappy AI farm channels, okay? We've currently had issues with these channels stealing my content, replacing my voice with a robotic one, and then re-uploading it onto their channels, okay? So if you do come across those, Capricorn, definitely do report them, and just make sure that you're watching my readings on my channel, which will always be Phoenix Keia Tarot, okay? If the channel name doesn't match what I just said, then you're going to be watching stolen content, okay? Right, so your situation, Capricorn, it says to walk your truth. A positive outcome is assured, synchronistic events, and being aided by the universal spirit of love, right? Now, obviously, I don't know the situation that you're dealing with exactly, right? I'm going to find out more about it in a minute with the tarot. This is indicating that, Capricorn, you are being reassured by spirit at this time that you will get the outcome that you need, okay? Combined with reflection, and this one says to keep your distance and ask for help. I'm kind of getting the impression here, Capricorn, that this is another person that you're supposed to be keeping your distance from, okay? There is something very threatening that's coming through with this energy. Now, it could be that you're dealing with a particularly aggressive individual this week, someone who is prone to, you know, losing their temper, things like that. I feel that the combination of these two cards is indicating for you to see your situation or the person the way that they exactly are, right? Rather than for the way that they used to be or the way that you're wanting them to be, okay? It's to see them for exactly the way that they are. Right. Let's get the tarot on this one sooner rather than later. You are being reassured, though, that a positive outcome is coming, okay? Right, what is it that you're telling Capricorn here with keep your distance? What is this message for Capricorn about keep your distance? From who or what? I'm certain it's another person, Capricorn. What is this message here with reflection? Keep your distance. What's going on? Ace of Swords. Okay. Ace of Swords is usually truth. It's usually a breakthrough. I mean, you could be dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. What is this Ace of Swords with keep your distance? It's like they're saying someone's got the daggers out. Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Queen of Pentacles is your energy, Capricorn, as is the Four of Pentacles. Keep your distance. Let me just get another deck here a minute. Why should Capricorn keep their distance from this Ace of Swords? What is the context here, please? We need context, Capricorn, or else I'm not going to be able to make head nor tail of this energy. Context is the Four of Wands, a scattered energy, reversed. Interesting. Community. There's something going on within a community. The Knight of Coins reversed. Capricorn, keep your distance because someone around you is making a lot of expensive mistakes. I don't know if that's like financially expensive or reputationally expensive. Could be both. A King of Wands off balance. It's definitely to do with the actions and the decisions of another person. You've to distance yourself from this person, Capricorn, so that you're not tarred with the same brush. Do you know what I mean? You're connected to an individual who is making a lot of expensive, costly mistakes. And if you continue to associate yourself with this person in any way, shape or form, you will end up finding yourself in a situation where you have to foot the bill on their behalf. Okay. The more I'm reading this, the more it sounds financial. It sounds like it's something that could potentially cost you a lot of money to fix this other person's mistake. So this energy here is about responsibility, right? If you've taken someone under your wing, if you have volunteered responsibility for another person, do not, Capricorn, do not agree to guarantor for anyone this week, if that's what this is about, right? Don't do that, because the chances are quite high that the person that you're being this guarantor for is going to land you in a heap of trouble. Okay? If you've got someone here within your home, I would say with this energy, make sure that they're not doing any work on your home, okay? Because with this card landing the way that it has, there's the real potential for quite serious damage here being done to your home, which again, you would have to fork out for that. Like, you would have to fork out for that. You would have to repair the damage that they've done. It's definitely the actions of someone else. King of Wands off balance, that is an individual who believes that they know better. That they're not going to be told any different. Okay. Keep your distance, or else you're going to find yourself up shit creek. Let's take a closer look at this positive outcome for you. I feel here that you've to speak up. The problem could be that you've not been standing up for yourself against this person in the way that you should have been. Okay, because again, another thing with these, because you've got this Knight of Coins in reverse as well. This is an individual who tends to just charge ahead regardless. So you do need to put this person in their place sooner rather than later, because if you wait any later, it is going to get to the point, Capricorn, where you're finding yourself footing the bill. Okay. What is this positive outcome for Capricorn, please? So yeah, walk your truth, voice your concerns. If they're trying to do anything that you don't like, Capricorn, now is the optimum time for you to stop them. Okay, the Hermit, for your positive outcome is assured. You're being aided by the universal spirit of love. And the Hermit is self-mastery. The Hermit is typically somebody who has traveled those roads through hell, right? Someone who's got a lot of life experience behind them. I feel here that you're putting all of that experience to good use. Yeah, the Hangman and the Nine of Cups. Okay. So you've got a double reassurance here of your positive outcome. Okay. They're saying here that you don't have to sacrifice anything in order for you to create a lifestyle that you're happy with. Okay, so please don't feel like you have to start making ridiculous sacrifices here, because you absolutely do not, right? Okay, there's a bit of a strange reading so far, Capricorn. What is the catalyst? The catalyst is to be still. Avoid moments of outburst that express pain and inner rage. Be the peace that others seek. Okay, so the catalyst here is you are the voice of reason. You are very, very good at being able to lay things out for others to understand in such a way where you don't come across as being threatening. Okay, there's a person in your energy, Capricorn, that is very, very prone to these emotional outbursts, and I feel that the catalyst is they have become so accustomed to you being the voice of reason, so accustomed to you cleaning up their mess after them, you being the one that, you know, tidies up the problems that they have left in their wake. I feel that they're not expecting for you to turn around to them and go, do you know what? I'm not doing this for you anymore. I'm sick and tired of it. Because Capricorn, what you don't want is for other people to start coming after you the way that we've seen in the tarot, because of this other person's decisions, bad decision making. Okay. Death off balance. Yeah. That's the inability to change. That's the catalyst. Right? This individual, they do not learn their lessons. They do not grow. They do not change. They do not evolve. They definitely do not mature. Right? They do not admit to their own mistakes. They have this very rigid viewpoint that does keep them stuck in what I would call a very low vibe energy. To be completely honest with you, Capricorn, it feels as if they expect for you to be their handler and their minder. Do you know what I mean? Can you tell more about this energy, please? About this catalyst energy for Capricorn. So avoid moments of outbursts that express pain and inner rage. I mean, it's probably getting to the point now, Capricorn, where this person's really starting to piss you off because of the sheer amount of trouble that they're causing, that they're bringing into your life and disrupting your peace, disrupting your happiness. Okay, the star in the upright position for the catalyst. Wish fulfillment. Hopes, dreams, wishes, ambition, healing. Okay, healing is also a huge feature of the star energy. You've got the Four of Pentacles that's coming out off balance this time. We've already seen that here, haven't we? Yeah, it was in the upright position. Now it's coming out as scattered energy, as is this one, Judgment, and the Chariot. Yeah. Okay. So the wheels have fallen off the cart here as the catalyst. I feel that this is someone, that person there, the irresponsible one, the one that's prone to a lot of outbursts, that you have been cleaning up after them. I feel here that they are about to entirely lose self-control. Okay, because you got Judgment also, it's scattered energy. This is someone who is absolutely raging, who is incapable of thinking straight. Capricorn, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you're dealing with a very disordered individual. That is not your job to be their minder. This is entirely out of control. Entirely. This Four of Pentacles coming out as scattered energy, that's saying that it's gone too far, or it's about to go too far. And that's pretty much where the blinders for you come off with that star energy. Okay. The sad thing about this whole story here, Capricorn, you had high hopes for them. Maybe there were glimmers of them being a reasonable individual. But any glimmer of hope that you had, it feels like they, in one fell swoop, are snatching that away again. Okay. Remember, Capricorn, this is not your problem. And we need to make it so that it doesn't become your problem, which is what you were being warned about. Do you know what I mean? Your blind spot, Mother Earth, it says, assist humanity in remembering its divine connection to nature. You are a part of nature, not a part from nature. So that's all about taking it back to the basics, right? Maybe you are needing to simplify your life in quite a few different ways. Perhaps getting closer to Mother Nature, Mother Earth, could help you out with that. Maybe it could help you to stay grounded in the current moment, right? It's also a reminder about the cyclical nature of everything in nature, including us, because we are a part of nature. We all have our own cycles too, right? The very best example of that is compost. And it sounds really weird. So compost is the oldest exchange that there is. Yeah. So something dies, it goes back to the earth, and then, you know, other animals can benefit from that, and so life can continue, right? It's the oldest exchange that there is. So there is a message here. When you observe the composting cycle, life, and it is quite poetic, life actually comes from death, right? And so the cycle continues. Now, you've got the death energy here, only it came out off balance. So someone is likely trying to go against nature or go against certain cycles, right? There could be interfering with free will that's going on, if you want to take it a step further. That's very, very possible, especially given the type of character that you're dealing with, right? You're to simplify your life, simplify your routines, and get back in touch with your true nature. And remembering that anybody who doesn't give back to you, they shouldn't be there. Okay? Remembering that there needs to be an exchange that's going on. And with this being in your blind spot, Capricorn, that exchange is not what's going on. Energetically, it feels to me like you're doing all of the giving and they are doing all of the taking. Their energy is very disruptive. It's very chaotic. And as soon as you recognize that and deal with it swiftly, the better off you're going to be. Okay. There's also potentially a message here about how you might have forgotten about your true nature as well. So it's time for you to get back in touch with your own true nature. Can you tell us more about this, please? Capricorn's blind spot. Oh, okay. right? The Knight of Wands, Three of Cups, Judgment, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Pentacles in your blind spot, Capricorn. Definitely making better decisions on your part, okay? So this Knight of Wands, because it's with the Three of Cups, that can indicate that something's fueling your desires again. Okay. I'm feeling that this Three of Cups is external support, but I am going to clarify that here with another deck. It's indicating that other people are going to be pivotal to the next chapter of your life here. What is this three? Thank you. Three of Cups clarified with the High Priestess. It's kind of like soul tribe, soul family, especially with Judgment, right? Judgment is a very, very spiritual card, as is the High Priestess, of course. So this is not necessarily seeking like-minded individuals. It's indicating that you have already got your soul tribe around you. Okay, so I feel that there's an essence of reconnecting with those people here. Okay, can you tell us more about these helpful individuals for Capricorn? Thank you. Yeah, see, the Ten of Wands, it's scattered energy, but it's more sort of in the reverse position, which is a release of stress. It's these individuals helping you out with your issues, your troubles, your struggles. Okay, so yeah, definitely very, very helpful individuals. You already know who these people are because your intuition has been naturally driving you towards these people. Okay, if you recall, Knight of Wands was headed straight towards the Three of Cups. So that's your how do I explain it? Your inner drive, your inner force, your soul, I guess, is driving you back towards these helpful individuals. I'm feeling Cancerian energy here very, very strongly. I'm also feeling Sagittarius energy and Pisces. Okay, now they don't have to be those signs, of course. They could just be coming from that energy itself. Right? The Cancerian, the heavy Cancerian aspect I feel is saying that these helpful people are closer to home than what you realize. Okay, so make of that what you will. And then Hierophant and the Nine of Pentacles. So there is a renewal that's going on, and it feels to me like a renewal of promises and vows that you have made to yourself. You're renewing certain promises to yourself, because that Nine of Pentacles energy is fiercely independent. Okay, so you're helping yourself while also receiving help from others. Okay, can you tell us about this Hierophant? The Wheel of Fortune reversed. So, yeah, again, with it being in your blind spot, it's saying that this follows on from a series of unfortunate circumstances. Okay. So this week it might start off for you as being on a knife's edge. Okay. But certainly closer towards, there it is, but certainly closer towards like the 15th, 16th and 17th, you're going to start to feel that pressure lifting. Okay. Right. Patience. So this is what's working for you, Capricorn. Patience. It says to surrender to the now and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Patience, gratitude, and soul enrichment. So seek out everything that enriches your soul, everything that brings you joy and happiness. Okay, can you tell us more for what is working for Capricorn this week? The Two of Wands, yeah. What's working for you, Capricorn, is making your final decision only when you're feeling like you're in a better headspace for it. Okay, so starting off the week here, you might not be in the best headspace to be making long-term or permanent decisions. Okay, so be patient and wait until you're in a better place. Yeah, Temperance, and this one's come out as a little bit scattered. So you're probably wanting fast answers, fast action, right? That's not likely going to be the case this week, Capricorn, because I don't know if you noticed, but this week it feels like everybody has been forced to slow down, forced to be more observant, right? There's definitely a slower tone with this week. So when you're feeling those frustrations build, because you are one of these signs, Capricorn, where you like to see fast progress and you like that constant tick over. Yeah. You like that continuous growth. And with the way things are this week, with that slowdown, you might going to experience that as a bit of resistance, and then wondering where is this resistance coming from? It's because everyone's being forced to slow down and be more observant. So during this week, Capricorn, patience really is going to be a virtue. Okay, when you're feeling yourself getting frustrated at that lack of movement, that lack of anything happening, just remind yourself, okay, this is just part of the process. I need to just go with it rather than against it. Okay, so that's why this Temperance energy has come out a little bit as scattered. Okay, protection. It's lovely. This is how it's likely going to play out for you, Capricorn. You're safe and protected. Honor your integrity. So this is you coming out of quite a dodgy week, actually. Unscathed, because you've seen the signs, you've responded appropriately, and you're coming out of it unscathed. Look, the Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords, it's one of those funny cards because, well, not funny, haha, just funny, like, oh, it's one of them, funny. It can indicate you coming out on top, but it's also a bit of an empty victory. Do you know what I mean? Which can indicate, it can indicate that there are no clear winners and no clear losers, right? It's more of that sort of breaking even type vibes. That's why I call it one of my funny cards, right? Can you tell us more? Yeah, see? The Three of Swords. Disappointment. So there is going to be disappointment either way, right? I feel that this is your disappointment within that other individual. Because at some point, yes, you did have hopes for them. It's actually transpired that, okay, maybe not. That's disappointing. But either way, you're going to be absolutely fine, Capricorn. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's coming out as a bit of an empty victory. Yeah. Strongest message for the week. The Wheel of Fortune, and it's in the upright this time. It's just absolutely beautiful. So what you assume is a run of bad luck here with the Wheel of Fortune reversed actually isn't a run of bad luck, a run of bad luck at all. This is things working out in your favor, okay? I kind of feel that it was supposed to happen this exact way, Capricorn. I really, really do. Okay, let's take a look at some healing messages for you. Some healing and guidance for Capricorn, please. Abundance. Nice. So this one is number 8. Okay, so this one says, an abundance of love, joy, and happiness awaits. Okay, so this is exactly what is waiting for you right around the corner, Capricorn. Successful times likely and career growth. Prosperous times ahead are foretold. You're on fire and kicking major goals financially and personally. The decisions and actions made now could set you up for the long term. So that's why you mustn't make any decisions when you're not in the right headspace for it, okay? Because the decisions and actions that are made now could set you up for the long term. Lots of hard work could pay off and you could accumulate assets. Nice. Any success indicated by this symbol will come from your efforts, so avoid any get-rich-quick schemes and act with integrity. Stay honest, loyal and grateful, and you will reap the rewards and abundance you so deserve. For career and finances, satisfying pats on the back for a job well done will be thrilling. Promotions or seeing yourself in the limelight is likely. A money wish comes true. This is an excellent time to take a chance on yourself. You have to be in it to win it, and small gambles could pay off. A brilliant time for purchasing property, as buying and selling is particularly fortunate under this symbol. This could also be an ideal time to start a new business, as taking calculated risks could pay off. Just make sure that you don't leap into the unknown, as this symbol resonates for those who plan for success. An offer too good to refuse could come your way that you will find hard to believe. For relationships, great social opportunities manifest both for friends and love interests. You're exuding charisma and energy, which many will find incredibly attractive. By picking this card, singles are drawing a strong possibility that they will meet someone wealthy who could become a special someone simply by being in the right place at the right time. For everyone, dancing and music bring harmony and love into your life, so play your favorite music regularly to connect to the good vibes that this will create. This card also warns that it's best to avoid loud, obtrusive people who may try to bring you down. Well, well, well. Stay with positive, strong individuals for best results. Yeah, you want to know why, Capricorn? Because energy is contagious. For better and for worse, it is contagious. Okay, so definitely you are going to have to put your foot down with that erratic individual sooner rather than later before they cause you any more damage. Okay, right, so let's take a look at an emergency affirmation for you for the week. Do keep in mind that this is one of my cheeky, sarcastic decks. Okay, so don't take it seriously. It's just a little bit of light-hearted fun. Right. Oh, interesting. Surround yourself with what makes you happy. Assorted liquors, for example. but whatever floats your boat. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. If you stick with it right to the very end, Capricorn, then YouTube is going to recommend to you one of my videos that you definitely have missed out on. Okay, so stick around to the end for that one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.